Welcome to Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda. In yesterday's Take 5, I was sharing about one of my favourite places, Reheska, the forest and the lake close to where I live, where I like to take our dogs for a walk. And I mentioned that very often we don't meet other people, but you do, when you are there, you've got to keep an eye out for other people with dogs. And let me explain why. Because we got two dogs. Big dogs, Old English sheepdogs. Now Poppy, who's the older one, but the smaller one of the two dogs, she's very timid and very nervous. And I don't have to worry about her causing problem with other people or other dogs, because she'll just cower and stay as far away from them as possible. So she's not going to go annoying anybody or causing problems with anybody else's dog. But the big fella, Jack, the younger dog, now he's a different kettle of fish altogether. He's not an aggressive dog. He's not a bad dog. He's got a lovely soft nature, but he just thinks the whole world has been put there for him to play with it. And so when we see anyone, most people, they see Jack and they just say, oh, what a gorgeous dog. And he bounds up, and he knows he's gorgeous. So he bounds up to them, wanting them to pet him and stuff like that. But if they're not a dog person, seeing this big dog charging towards them can actually be quite intimidating. And the other thing is, if they've got a dog themselves on the lead, if the other dog's playful, Jack will just want to play with it. But if their other dog starts barking, then he'll bark back at it and sounds really scary when he does it. So I've got to make sure I've got him on the lead if there's any chance that we're going to meet anyone. Now, thankfully, when you're walking around a path and you can see a good distance ahead, I can see somebody coming, put him on his lead. But I'm trying to teach Jack to behave a bit better. And so I decided to get a dog whistle. So I got a dog whistle, and now you can get these in pet shops and everything else. They're very inexpensive. I got this one on Temu. It was like €2 or something, which is crazy. But anyway, this is a dog whistle, and when I blow it, doesn't seem very loud or anything else. I'm not quite sure how this is going to work with the microphones as we're recording here. But this dog whistle doesn't seem to make much of a noise to our ears, but to a dog it really does, because a dog has a different frequency range that it can hear, and so that comes across as a really loud, high-pitched whistle to a dog and instantly captures Jack's attention. I can't say it's made him any better behaved yet, but it does manage to catch his attention. So I guess we're on the way there. A bit of work, but it's a work in progress. But anyway, the point I'm wanting to make is this, that I was thinking about this, that, anyone, unless they're very close to me, they won't hear me blowing this whistle. And, when I first got it, I'm saying, I wonder if it works. So I tried it on the dog, and oh boy, yes, it worked. Now, the point I want to make is this, that the Lord has a way of speaking to each one of us that we can hear clearly, even if somebody else doesn't. The Lord's voice is like that. When you don't know the Lord, even if you hear his voice, you often don't even know it's him that's speaking. I'm thinking of the Apostle Paul, when he was Saul, the persecutor. He was on the road to Damascus, and he had this really dramatic experience with a voice speaking to him. And he knew it was somebody powerful, but he says, "Who are you, Lord?" He didn't actually know it was God, because despite all of his religion, he didn't know the voice of God. It was only after he got to know Jesus that he came to recognize the voice of God. So each one of us, we want to be in a relationship with Jesus Christ where we can hear his voice and hear him speaking to us. And the only way we do that is by spending time in prayer. The more, sometimes people have said to me, how do I know it's God speaking to me and it's not the devil speaking to me? And my answer is, well, you know what? You spend time with him. When you spend time with God, the more you hear his voice, the more you recognize his voice. And as Jesus said, that my sheep hear my voice, and the voice of another they will not follow. So I pray that you will get to hear and know the voice of God. Other people won't even know he's speaking to you, but you will know his voice is speaking to you because it's on a frequency that only you can hear. God bless you today. Join us again tomorrow for another Take 5, your 5-minute inspirational message from Solid Rock Drogheda.